and you can keep conversing through the chat box with us. Towards the end of the session, we will be taking questions, and at that time, you will be allowed to unmute and speak. But feel free to use the chat box to interact till then. Thank you. We are live on Facebook, sir. We can start now.
Lata, are you taking us through the...
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we begin and before our program director, Mr. Pradipta, takes you through the introduction, let's watch a very short video about the Aditya Birla Education Academy.
A very good evening to all of you present. Everyone talks about the uniqueness in Finnish education. I too also had the curiosity to know exactly how it is different. Kept on looking for an educator and then met Heramb Kulkarni, who is an Indian born Finnish educator. I did not miss the opportunity to hear from him and realized he should also share his expertise with all of you. A speaker and trainer on EduTech collaborative learning, and innovation across 12 countries. He trained more than 14,000 teachers, educators, leaders on strategy and ICT innovations research. Heramb consults many governments and large organizations across three continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa, within key countries like Nigeria, Bahrain, Bangladesh, and Indian states like Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. His research areas are educational technology and creativity, global education reforms, and collaborative innovations. As an educator, social entrepreneur, and technology wizard, he is on the advisory board of many educational institutes and innovative startups across Europe and India. He has held leadership positions across large MNCs like Nokia, Lucent Technologies, Skyworks, and Accenture, with vast experience in technology, architecture, and software development domain. We welcome you, Hemant. Please take over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hore. On this outset, first of all, I would like to thank Aditya Birla Education Academy, Mrs. Birla, and Mr. Hore as a program director of this entire team leader, and with Ms. Lata. Thank you very much for inviting me here, and I'm looking forward to interacting with you all. I hope that I'm audible, correct, and so that we can be able to see who all are here. So thank you very much. Uh, Today, I'm not going to only specify only about Finland. What I'm going to mainly, my focus area is on the hybrid learning. And this hybrid learning, actually, people think that it's only an online learning. So I am going to change the mindset of that part in step-by-step way, and we will try to find how it goes up. So with this part, I would like to start with a basic, quick idea on this concept, and we will take it forward. And let's go ahead. If you can see my screen now, and if you can see my screen correctly. So my name is Heramb Kulkarni, as introduced, and actually today we are going to have quite an interactive session. So in this Zoom meeting, I can see that there are around 139 participants. At the same time, on Facebook and YouTube broadcasting, there are many participants are there. So I request my team to just post this message to everyone on the YouTube and Facebook so that they can be able to find it. Please go to menti.com, open your browser on your mobile, and just go to Menti and use this code. Just log in over there. You will find one question. Let's first go and do this. I am sure that many of you have used Menti or similar platforms where you are just getting the surveys done. And my objective is that to engage with all of you. But before that, I need to know who are you, what are your aspirations, and where are we all standing on. And then that will help me to go ahead. So can I request you to just go ahead, and again, the code is here. The code is 7833790. I request my team to post the same code and the everything over there so that we can be able to go ahead the part. Thank you very much. Okay, so very good. Okay, so I can see that in the question is here, in last 9 months I have conducted, means you have conducted online classes. What is your rate? So we, miss, you just tried it once, never, 5 to 10 times, more than 10 times, or regularly I do it. Wow. So I can see that this is the exact target segment what we are looking at. So I hope that we got a fair mood of this audience here. So I really appreciate everyone who have joined here, those who have joined from Facebook Live and everything. So congratulations and thank you for joining here. And I can really see that many of you have done an amazing job, and you are doing it very regularly, online classes. This is not something that we are doing as a part of luxury, but we are doing something as a part of our our need now, necessity. And but at the same time, there has been this word called hybrid learning and online teaching. There can be many different words. I will come to that part in due course of time. But this was there since 1960s. And but when something comes to your need instead of luxury, then you need to change your approach. And what that approach is, that and how the things are happening, I'm going to see this. So thank you very much for this poll. I think I got this fairly correct, so I think we can continue on this part, and we can go back to our main presentation. So this was fairly right, actually. So for this particular part of hybrid learning current trends, I'm defining my scope based on the current audience. So I'm putting my scope for the schools or teachers who are using online teaching as a predominant because of the lockdown mainly. Um, they are looking for active student engagements. I'm sure that many of you are doing amazing job. Congratulations for that. I respect all the teachers, because in the very hard time they are responding to situation, and that's really very incredible, actually. uh, and many times we have experienced that we are taking online classes and the students are not engaged. What could be the reason for that? We are going to just browse through that part, and not reason, but what are the remedies for that, what are the solutions. Because of the lack of time, I'm not going to give you entire list of all the different remedies, but I'm going to just give 3 examples so that we can be able to go inside that. Also, you might have experienced the parents expectations, because when we change from the physical classroom, physical school, to the online version, the expectations from the parents should also change, because we have changed the medium as well. So if we are going to continue in the same mode, same time hours as classes, because I have seen many classes, because I do participate through online medium in various schools, in various online classes, because teachers invite me to observe their classes. And one thing which I have observed, that the many of the schools are bound to take the classes same as their physical classes. That means the school starts at 10 o'clock then and end at 4 o'clock. So similarly, same timetable they follow, and this is quite amazing. This is very means I'm getting confused because of that. And I really appreciate the teachers who can be there online for such a long time, and I more appreciate the students who are very disciplined, who are really great in this part. So we will try to find this overall approach of expectations, how it is panning, and what is the solution for that. Definitely, I'm not going to here talk, because we can see that many of the participants who are doing regular online teaching right now. So I'm not going to talk here about the any of the problems, the lack of internet, lack of resources. That's not the scope of this webinar, or any government regulation which says that we should not do online teaching versus should not do. All these things are now behind us, actually. Now we have to go ahead, and we can see that things how have been revolved around. If you want to know about how the digital divide and everything has been taken care by various regulations, for that we in India we have already National Education Policy 2020. Please visit our YouTube channel, and you will find amazing videos over there which are been commented by the many educators from India, outside India, about what are the different ideas there. So you can be able to find very amazing videos over that. Let's go to the main topic today after we define the scope. When we start with the hybrid learning concept, actually altogether, since I said that it is since 1960s. Earlier it was more of a flipped classroom concept, but then it continued with the technology, evidence, and internet revolution. It now moves to the online versus in-person classrooms differentiations. So that has been there. You see all these amazing words like personalized learning, scaffolding, and web enhanced instructions, flipped classrooms. There can be multiple ways you can be able to interpret the hybrid learning. There is no single definition is right. And what we can see, that there can be different varieties or versions or intensities of hybrid learning, starting with the flex or blended learning, or including the combination of the labs, how they can be able to there, where the students can be able to move from one activity to other with the help of technology and online content. So all these things are there. But I'm not going to talk about all these things today. I'm going to take only one part. So it's enough of jargon now, because what I have observed, that many times we know the words, but knowing the words, that do not mean that we can actually implement it. In fact, now it's a time, Miss, I really appreciate those who have joined this webinar, but there is a now a syndrome of no more webinars. People have really fed up, teachers have fed up with a lot of webinars, which are available, maybe some paid, some free. But the point is that now people don't want to hear this word called webinar. I appreciate that you have come here in a quite a good number. But the point of the matter is that how, when we do something, we practically implement something, we really understand the problem. And then we realize that, okay, just knowing the words do not mean that we understand the process. And today we are going to go through that process. Maybe some of the things which you already know, some of the things which will be new. But idea, I'm not here looking at the end product, but I'm looking here at the process. So this is my overall idea of this overall part. So I think I have been introduced here. I will not do that, but I will just, this is my my duty to tell you who am I and where I come from. As a part of Council for Creative Education, which is our organization, we are mainly working in the field of creative pedagogy, and which is the core of Finnish curriculum. So we are the part of the Finnish excellence in education. We are gateway for that. And we work with the universities, governments, schools, and organizations, mainly working on the developing the schools as per the Finnish curriculum, developing the teachers, principals, leadership programs that we conduct during the part. On our website, you can find the specialized online trainings which are available for us, and then you can be able to browse through them. They are for teacher, they are for leadership, in-service training. They are very short trainings, as well as quite a long training, including visiting to Finland and so on. But now coming to the main point of how we are spread across, we have our offices across 4 countries, and we have more than 20 locations where our work is right now going on, maybe with the collaboration as well as with the university programs. And our main work is a part of research, which we do through the UN programs and the EU programs, where we have a lot of research work which is happening as a part of early childhood education or in the part of creative pedagogy. So I request every one of you, please, whenever you get time after this webinar, please search for this person. He is a very amazing TEDx speaker, Dimitri, and he has given his TED Talks way back in 2011. And while speaking on this topic, actually, he has given one idea that how the child perceives the environment around him or her because of the too much of screen time. So if there is a too much of screen time, what is the impact onto the child's ability to react to the environment? I think you can be able to go there and watch the part. There are some claims which he has made which are very startling, and now we can see that in practice. One of the claims which he makes, that if any kid seeing the screen time for more than an hour per day below the age of 3, exposed to the screen of any sort, then the possibility that he is having lack of focus by the age of 17, which is 65% possibility that he will have the lack of focus attentions when during the when he goes adult. So this was a major part. But actually, I don't want to go to that much of extent. He gave very interesting thing actually. He said that during the interaction, when because of the screen time, in earlier days when there were books or where there were only game to play, the reaction time to the stimulus was very predictable or very slow, because the stimulus or activities coming in front of you was very slow. But because of the screen, in a fraction of few seconds, you get 20 different pictures in front of you. And because of that, if there is a cartoon is there, cartoon within a span of 10 seconds, there are more than thousands of screens are being changed. So your brain reacts to that stimulus quite fast. And after some time, if you don't see that kind of stimulus coming in, your brain gets bored. So that's why when the kids, when you switch off the screen and you ask them to go and play outside, they are not interested because they said that there is nothing happening on the ground. Ground is plain, ball is coming here and there, only some trees are moving here and there, somebody is moving. But as compared to the screen, which is on the video, there is not much movement. And Dimitri gives this as a part. Now, this is a challenge of our generation here. And we as a from the old generation, or where when the screen was not so evident, or the screen was quite much shared within the families, or in fact when I was young, the screen was shared among the entire community. So in our house we used to see at least 6-7 other neighbors coming to see the pictures actually, or some movie or something together. So from there we are going to the place where we are giving the individual screens, multiple screen for an individual. So this comes to by default part. So I don't want to go into details of whether screen time is bad or good, but I will recommend you on the Facebook of CCE Finland. You go there and you will find this amazing video, which is a Facebook live. This event was there. Is screen time really bad for the kids? That's a question. I request you to go through that and check it how it unfolds. But one of the learning from that part is that screen time is not always bad. Screen time can be good. How to make that good? That's our challenge. And to make that possible, I want to give a simple example of a standard video lecture that we propose or we send to our students because of the online teaching, how to make the passive screen time to active screen time. That's my part. So I request everyone to visit this website, edupuzzle.com/open, that you will see this code. My team will give you all this code just in a few seconds time, and you can be able to copy paste this code, and then you can be able to see this is the part, and just visit this here, and then I can be able to see whether you are joined over there. So we can be able to continue after I get the so here is a link. Very good. So I think, thank you, AE team, Aditya Birla Education Trust team. So please go there. You can be able to see. And I will just go live here. Very good. Okay, I can see many of the participants are joining. Now, as Mr. Hore started with the part that the Finland education is amazing, and I will not just, so I will not give a lecture about that part, but I will take you to a classroom in Finland, which is being designed by a teacher from city called Jyväskylä. This video is also available online, so one can check the video online. My objective here, because of the scarcity of time, I have only uploaded a 2 minutes of video there actually. But even though there is a 2 minutes of video, how we can make that passive time to the active time, that's my objective. So video content is immaterial. I have taken the video just for the benefit, because all of you are teachers and you will see something amazing. But I want you to how to convert that video to the active time. So by the time you're joining, I can see that many of the participants, wow, thank you very much for everyone joining. So I think I can be able to start. On your screen, on your mobile, or wherever you are there, you will find some instructions while watching the video. Just concentrate on the video. Don't worry about the language. Just concentrate on the video, and then you can be able to answer that question. So you can see this video now. You can be able to see this, and I will start here. Can you see something on your mobile right now? So it says that yes, okay. I think 18 of you have already answered it. So observe keenly. So next video is very uh, crucial. There are some observations that you have to make, and you have to also give answers to that video. So just be there. So I will continue the video by the time you start. Now pause. Hope you have observed a girl climbing on the wall. Why was she climbing on the wall? If you know the answer, just answer it over there. If you want to rewatch this video, if you are not sure, I will just play it again. I think let's try to give that answer actually. Maybe yes, okay. One of the participant has given the answer. Maybe I will rewatch it again. Let's minutely observe. Good. So two of you have answered. Let me see what is the response. Okay, math. Okay, to burn out her untapped energy. Wow, superb. Trying new ways. Math, coordination, and balance science. Very good. You are right. This is a math class. There, the entire class has been designed in a such a way that there were instructions at the top of that wall, and one of the requirement that you have to go up, climb the wall, and watch the instructions and do the next process. And there are multiple activity centers which are been designed by that teacher. And this is not only for maths, this can be done for any subjects where you want to bring the some kind of curiosity element connected to physical activity. In Finland we have something which called as a school on the move program. Finland, we found that um, there is a tendency of sitting idle or just sitting down and doing your work. Because of that, there are many problems. You got big physical problems, mental problems, and the problems because of the diabetes and all these things comes up. So what could be the one way by which we can bring the physical activity to the classroom? And this has been well researched work. You search for school on the move program from Finland, and you will find a lot of different ideas under that part. So let's go ahead and continue with this part, and let's watch something more. Okay, so can you please enlist some of the postures of the students which you are using while teaching and learning? Many of the times we see that the kids are just sitting over there, but which other postures you can find it out where they can be able to use? And this is really important for hybrid learning. So you have to enlist some of the postures by which students can be able to be there in the class. Okay, so I will just continue from this point. Okay, I can see that, wow, this audience is really amazing. So thank you very much. You are very, very active. So standing, then do a few stretches before again, and sitting down to write. Very good, perfect. Sitting down, standing, walking discussions, standing up, moving around, jumping, dance moves, sitting. Very good, perfect. Walking around the class, standing continuously and sitting, standing. This is perfect. So I think sitting erect, I think this is a one important thing that you should be able to do, that even though you don't have ability to move, let's say for example because of the classroom size or the some kind of issues within your class, then I think sitting erect or sitting, changing the position on the part, these are the very important thing that you should be able to do on regular basis. This is a very important part. So So, what kind of active learning methods are you using in your classroom? I'm sure because on the chat window I can see a lot of messages. Yes, you are doing it amazing. So I think you are doing it. So just continue here, and we can be able to go to our next important point. But I think what is a basic point here? I'm not here. Just leave this part for some. I will exit this live session. I can be able to see. But if you can see, the objective was just not to show you the video, but the objective was to convert your video to an engaging video where you can interact with your class and see what are they doing. Actually, many times we can see there is a detailed observation, because whenever we send a video to the participants of the class, only 30% of them see the video from start to end. 70% just skip the videos. At the same time, you can even see that even most of the students, 80% of the students watch the video before the class starts, next class starts. So they will just do it before they start, and that is also more than sufficient if they watch it. So the point here is that we as a teacher should know that what kind of information kids are doing on the screen. So on this particular part, I can really see that what is happening in the class right now. I can really see and go and check what is the real objective of my class, how they can be able to see. I can see how they are been giving the response, where they have stopped, how many students are live. Let's say if at all I say exit live mode here from here now. And if I go and check how many parties, so 33 new answers are there, how many of them are given, so I can see detailed analytics of this part. And then my work, then I will understand where the kids are getting bored. Actually, how many kids have watched the video. So Madhura has watched less, but as compared to the other parts, I can see that these many participants have watched it more than 2 minutes, and almost everyone has completed that part. So and I can give my comments here. Actually, I can give my comments. I can see how so this tool is available for you. You can use it as per your part. So these are the various ideas. So it's not important. Video is not important. Or in fact, there is one more important thing which I would like to mention here, is that in this new world, new normal, you don't need to create your videos always, because there is now an increasing attempt by the teachers or pressure on the teacher to create their videos, create their amazing part. But that's not the objective. Please don't try to reinvent the wheel. There is an amazing content available. You should use that. Now you will ask, if at all we use that content, then what is my use over there in the classroom? There is a lot of use there. I think you know this answer, because you know what kind of content your kids can be able to really assimilate and they can be able to apply in their own curriculum. So the speed of the content appropriations and all these things are that you can only be able to design and you can be able to navigate. So your job is more critical now to how to identify the content and how to make that content interesting still more. So these are some tools by which we can be able to get the current active learning environment. So again, coming to the Dimitri's point, the ability of the students to concentrate at one point of time, earlier it was more than 17 minutes, now it has drastically came down. So we have to really concentrate on, you have to provide regular intervals in which there has to be change in the activity. Just don't expect the students will watch you and talk to you for entire time. So right now, even though this entire workshop is for 1 hour, I'm giving you the stimulus in between so that you can do some work. Those participants who will not have this part, I can be able to really understand who are active versus who are non-active. Definitely it needs some technological updations or some skills that you need part, and that's the objective of our entire process actually. So I hope that you got it actually of the point. The theory of the space learning tells here in this part that the screen time can be still managed by using the spaced learning methods actually. Now the spaced learning has been initially been given in the paper by R. Douglas Fields, and he puts the overall idea uh, uh, that the overall information which has been provided has to be put in chunks. And when, if you want to give some concept, or if you want to teach, let's say, French Revolution, or if you want to teach fractions, or if you want to teach the chemistry, organic chemistry, or some balancing of chemical this equation, uh, the first thing comes the curiosity and not the intellect. The curiosity is more important than the intellect. This is the first thing, and this is the exact principle even the Finnish classrooms use it on a regular basis. It doesn't matter whether the students know it or they can be able to master it. It doesn't matter, because intellect comes the second. As a part of the teacher's job, the curiosity is the most important part, and how you can take them toward that concept, howsoever difficult or howsoever easy, that is the most important defining point, whether the kids are interested in that topic for long run. This is the first point. But even after you introduce this part, it is not expected that you should do it everything at one go. Let's do something for quick, then take a break, then let the students recall that information, then again take a break, and then student apply the information, and then they create the knowledge. This looks simple but very difficult in the setup that what you are having. And when it says break, it is a physical break. And this is an important learning method or important learning point. Those who are teaching online using hybrid methods. In Finland, we have classes such that you have 45 minutes class and 15 minutes break. Again 45 minutes class, then 30 minutes break. Again 45 minutes class, again short break. And in this break, you are expected to go out of the class. If it's winter, right now it's almost winter, still we have rain here going on. You have to dress yourself and then go out and come back in stipulated time, again undress yourself and be in the class. Now these spaced learning methods are really important for your brain, because then brain is ready to take your next set of information. In the case of the online teaching, where you are really working remotely right now, this is the most important thing. So one important takeaway from this entire spaced learning method is that make sure that you will not speak more than 15 minutes at stretch. 15 minutes is at max that you can do. The entire classes should not be more than, at a stretch, more than 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, they have to have a proper break, in which either way they go out or play, stretch, look out, something that's more than sufficient. Then you can make the different chunks of the content. For example, you can have the combination where the traditional method can be presented, then you can have a break video, then there can be some quiz content, then there can be short game, let you can play the game and then come back to the application for the interactive thing. So you can be able to develop this part. So we have to replan our entire schedule of the classroom so that they can be able to be interested and they can be very active during the classroom. Now, I don't want to just tell you the theory, but I want you to do this with me. And for that, I will take one of the most difficult topic of history from your classroom. The World War II is well known. I think for grade 9 and 10 at many countries, not only in India or somewhere else, there is a topic of World War II history and chronology. It's very difficult things, or it's sometimes it becomes really boring for the students how to memorize it. Objective here is not to memorize it, but how to create an association here actually, and how to make the logical sequence of that part. So the method I'm going to give, it's well-known method. I will not tell the name of the method right now because you will start searching it on the Google. But I want you to play with this me. So wherever you are in the office, you are at your home, doesn't matter. I want you to imagine, or in fact, you have to go to the different rooms within your office and try to, let's say you go to the room number 1, or let's say you are sitting in the same room. Try to find 5 furnitures, 5 major furnitures like table, chair, cupboard, or let's say you have some kind of fridge there. There is a kitchen table is there. So try to find only 5 major furnitures within your room. Your time starts now, and I want you to do it a bit fast so that we can be able to identify it. And I request you to give them number so that you can be able to have, you start logically that I'm walking from here. Let's say if I start from here now, I can give this cupboard as number 1, then that particular table as number 2, then I will give this hanger as table 3, and this computer laptop table as number 4, and this window as number 5. So give logical this sequence, and we will go to the next point then. Have you done that? So just message me once you are done that yes, I have done this, and then we can be able to fast we can be able to move it quickly. Excellent. So wow, thank you very much, Revati, Madhura, Anju, Pooja, Miss. I'm not going to call you Miss or Mrs., but you are really amazing. So I think everything is there. So there is a wow. I really impressed with this kind of active participation. Thank you very much. So the next step is that I'm going to give you 12 incidents. Let's start with only 5 parts first, but I'm going to go through 12 different incidences through which you can be able to these 12 events within World War II. Some are known to you, some may not be within the content, or some can be mixed. So I have find out some generic incidences, not exactly as a part of the content as per your syllabus, but I want you to take very difficult content. So first is that first event, you can see very, very minute font. Don't worry about this part. World War I ends. Second content is that Hitler appointed as a German leader or chancellor of Germany. Third part is World War II begins. Don't worry about the numbers or dates. World War IV, Soviet Union invades Poland. Stalin's photo is there. Number 5, Warsaw captured. Then number 6 is that UK wins war's first sea battle. Same, Norway invaded. Then Churchill becomes the Prime Minister of Britain. Then there was a famous miracle of Dunkirk, or where the British, French, and Belgian armies came together to move towards the channel, and they tried to stop the German army. And this was a very amazing miracle because there was only span of 18 hours in which the entire history of the World War II changed actually. And then Paris falls to Nazis. Paris fought, and then the Britain fights for its life, and last part is US plunge into war. Okay, so these are the 12 events. Now I want you to I think these events, you can't be able to memorize this, or you can't be able to understand what is the logic behind that part. So conceptual understanding may be able to take some time, but I'm going to give some idea how you can be able to arrange these events so that you can be able to associate this various short-term memory and converting it for the long-term memory. This is a well-known technique within the memory techniques called as a mind palace. But I want you to experiment it and learn it by heart so that you can be able to really do it. Now, to make sure that it is really working well, I want to go. I will start my camera actually on my mobile, and I will move around my classroom. I request my team to give me access actually there. If you can be able to give, yes, exactly. I can see
Yes.
that I'm here. I will join here over the internet. Very good. Okay. Can you see me now? Okay, I can be able to move. And um, actually, Miss Lhata, I
Yeah.
have just
Which
entered
one?
with my new account.
Okay.
Can you please give access to that as a
Which
host so
is the
that I
name?
will
Can you
uh,
tell me what it's
take
called?
my camera over there, and then I will unmute from here. I will mute from here. So
So you need to just tell me what's the name with which you've signed in. Okay. Got it. Got it.
yes, now I'm here.
There's an echo because there's another.
No, don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry. I'm here.
Yes.
Now, what I want actually now to make the things easier for all of us, I will stop sharing this.
We've pinned your video, sir, so everybody can see the screen.
Okay. Okay. So if at all you can see my video, can you see me now here? Because I can't see myself here actually. Because
we can see. Yes, we can see you now. Yes.
Just give me here. Stop share so that I can see myself. Okay, good. Okay. So right now I'm in my office. Actually, for the benefit of everyone, I have printed these 12 events in the same number, and I want to put them at individual numbers. But while putting them, let's say, for example, the first point was World War One ends. So in my office, I'm right now putting it on the. I can be able to put. So this is my number one in my office itself. So I'm putting it as the World War One ends. So I'm thinking that okay, not only just as a part of the part, World War One ends, and everybody is sitting down. The World War One is ending. Nothing is happening. So there are chairs here in my office, so it is perfectly fine. So everybody is relaxing over there. Now, number two is Hitler appointed as a German leader. So this was a German part, and I can see in my office there is a one small just plant is there. It's a green plant, and I will put number two here. German part here. I think everybody knows that Hitler was vegetarian. So I will associate this plant with the vegetarian part, and then I will associate this with Hitler. Then number three, I will associate it with my TV, which is in my office now, and it says that number three says that World War II begins. So I can be able to be here. World War II begins. Number three, I can be able to hear. So I just remember that whenever World War III was beginning, if there was a TV, I think news will come first to the TV, and then it will continue actually. Let's go to number four. There was some center table, and it says Soviet Union invades Poland, where the Stalin orders the invasion of Poland. So I will think something that the Stalin is standing on the center table to order everyone from the Soviet that go and invade Poland. Wow, interesting. And then number five, I will continue here onto the sofa part, and I can see that the next part is Warsaw. Warsaw was captured, actually surrendered to the German troops, and Poland holds out for another 9 days before the ending their attack altogether. So this is the part, and I will imagine that the Polish people are just sitting on the sofa, waiting for them to handcuff and so on. So this is how I will continue. On the number 6, I can see that I have some kind of bin bags here in my office, and then I will say that UK wins war's first sea battle. So this is the war sea battle is here, 6 number. And then on the number 7, I have another table here. Norway was invaded. Okay, because this table size, the if you see the shape of the table is exactly like a Norway shape. Actually, it is quite tapering towards the end. So I will connect it with Norway, something like that. Then number 8, Churchill becomes the prime minister. I will move out here. I will try to put it near some pasting tape actually. And then number 9, I will connect it to the miracle of Dunkirk, to the printing machine. So I know that whenever miracle happened, there was newspaper advertisements were there. Because of that, it was printed onto the newspaper. Same thing, Paris first to Nazis, which is on one more table, and then another table with the TV. I will connect it to the Britain fights for its life. Wow. And then number 12, I will put it near my coffee machine here. And the finally US plunge into war. So I will put it near my coffee machine here actually. That's more than sufficient. So these are the 12 places. So now I'm sure that you can be able to really understand what was happening here, that I'm associating myself, my ideas or the events with some physical things which are near me. Now you are in your home. Please try to find these places, and at least out of these 5 ideas, 5 events, try to put one them on each of your furnitures. You have 2 minutes to go. Please go ahead. Okay, I'm back here now. Thank you very much. Very good. Okay, there is a SV Iyer says connecting the past with the present to help the identifying with the situation. Wow. TV World War II. Very good. Okay. Putul Jha says that she's doing it. Thank you, Ruhi. And thank you, Sunita. Sorry, actually, because I don't know your name with your how old or how young you are there. So I just, let's have a first name policy. And please call me Heramb as it is. So it's perfectly fine. Good. Hitler vegetarian. Okay. So yes, exactly. Christmas tree, Hitler takes over. Very good. Good one. Perfect. Wow. So teacher is always older. Okay, makes sense. This is one of the important, I think for me, year 2020 was really amazing because I could connect with the entire community quite faster, because normal time actually I used to travel around 15 countries in a year. I was taking flight every week or every alternate week, starting from January till October, November, till Christmas vacations comes in actually. But this year, I am talking to those many teachers online almost on every alternate day. So this was, for me, 2020 was amazing actually altogether. Okay, so I think you got the point here actually, that how you can connect to the various events, and we can be able to get the ideas how of connecting those things. So what we are doing here is that the kids are getting bored seeing at your historical events that you are presenting here. That information they know already, or in fact they can find it somewhere from the internet. Idea is that how you can engage them and take them away from the screen, so that they can be able to engage it, they can be able to find it, and then you can reflect here, you can apply this information in different way. so this association of the ideas is the most critical part of the story. So hybrid learning is nowadays evolving in this part, how you can be able to be more active and create learning environment around you. Now in the normal school setup, the learning environment is mainly where you can be able to concentrate only on the classroom environment, what we think actually. But in in the other way actually, so the learning environment was not only the point. Now the learning environment has moved that your teacher's classroom or your office is there, then this internet is there, then this tools are here, and then the students their own houses are there actually. So you should make use of the entire learning environment and make it more creative, and that was the main point. I'm going to give one another example, and that will be my last point before we conclude altogether. Just give me a second because I can't see here. Yes, exactly. So because you might be thinking that, okay, now we are taking only the examples of the higher education or at the primary parts. So it's not like that. We can even take some of the examples in which we can concentrate on the other ideas, where we can be able to go inside the early childhood education. So as a part of our CC's work, we work in the innovations and the research in the part of early childhood education. We have an organization or the school called CCE Schools, and in which we have started one concept called as a eSISU Global Preschool. This is not only a preschool, but this is a research lab for us. And we are getting amazing reactions from the parents and from the teachers while conducting those classes. And me and my team here, entire team from different countries actually. We have the teachers from Greece, from Turkey, from USA, from Finland, from India, everywhere are there. And now we are innovating how the early childhood educators can be able to activate the classrooms, and what would be the kind of synchronous versus asynchronous activities for that. And I would like to give you a brief explanation so that you can be able to get the idea. So for that, here, one of the theme for the entire week or entire month was me and my environment. So in Finland, we have 5 learning areas. So entire curriculum can be divided into 5 learning areas, and as per the transversal competences, we connect those learning areas with those skills. And one of the important part, because in this classes, we get the participants from different countries. So first of all, it's a truly international school. Second important part is that we get to know the environment of different countries in the same classes, but that's not expected that we just bomb them with the information or bombard them with the information, but how they can be able to express themselves as a part of their experience, because these kids are between the age of 3 to 7, and I think they have to be supported by their parents. So parents are amazingly, because parents are the partners. And one of the environment part that we decided that let's convert our environment as a part of creative experience. So we had the one called animal habitat. So we assumed ourselves as an animal. So kids try to find, if I want to see from the top side of a swimming tank or a top side of the fish tank, how it will look like. And the kids try to create a very simple from the simple shoebox, and they created something like this. This is, they assume that there is a table for the fish, there is a water there can be some kind of thing, there is a carpet in the fish part. It doesn't matter, some things are logical, some things are illogical, it doesn't matter at all actually. And they created this. Now this activity took more than 3 weeks to complete, because the idea was not only to create this, but learn language with this, learn mathematics with this, learn the environment around it, and connect them to the real learning areas altogether. Now, in this case, even though these classes were remotely working, the one of the fantastic thing we found that whenever we kids to have connected with some real objects, they get excited and they would like to work on those areas. So this was a concept which we started, and now it is getting an amazing response altogether. If you are interested how we really work as a part of research, as a part of this part, so tomorrow we are having Christmas party where the kids from different countries are coming there and they are interacting live. So please watch our YouTube and Facebook so that you can be able to experience this eSISU preschool party live actually. So there are a couple of ideas I would like to put across you. The basic ideas, which I would like to start as a part of my last point of my presentation, is here. This is my invitation to the eSISU Live Christmas party. Welcome. Uh, if you ask me what are the three things that you should be able to do within this now lock-in period, let's use the bottom-up approach where let the students frame the rules of the game. They know far better than you. They are highly technically equipped. We are not so technically aware actually. So invest in time designing these rules where the teachers, instead of teachers, students will create the rule, and let one of the student or two of the students take the responsibility of IT support. That will be the most thing that you can be able to get your major headache. So if Zoom meeting does not work, it's not your headache, it's a student's headache. So we can be able to create those things and give them the benefit of that actually. I think everybody should be able to work on those lines. I don't want to go through all these parts. This presentation will be available to you. My point was here to give the overall brief overview on how the hybrid learning is getting evolved. It is still going to evolve. If you have any of the ideas how you are evolving this part, please send it to us. We will be more than happy to host you as a webinar presenter in this part. So with this part, I would like to thank you for your attention. And if there are any questions or ideas, I will be more than happy for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We'll take maybe a couple of questions. If you have a question, please use the raise hand option so that we will allow you to unmute and ask the question. I think this was the most hands-on masterclass that we had, where you were moving around so much, and I think it was really engaging for everybody else also. Participants, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the raise hand option. So, Darshana, very interestingly, next month in January, Mr. Kulkarni is actually conducting a workshop via ABEA on phenomenon-based learning. We will be putting up the details today for that. Do join the course. It's going to be a very engaging 4-session program. Do join us. The details will be up in a bit and we will email them to you as well. If anybody has questions for today's session, please let us know.
I would like to thank first Mr. Pradipto here actually, because he has already planned many things actually with us actually in last week. And it's not only me, we have quite a good team along with us. And actually the next one, which will be very interesting, where we are getting the teachers from different countries to experiment about phenomenon-based learning. So thank you, Lata, for just giving this heads up. And I'm looking for that actually. Please connect with abae.in for that, and as well as there are some training programs are here. Welcome to do that. We are having some more ideas coming up, so please welcome to do that as well.
All right. I think we don't have any more questions as yet. So thank you so much for conducting this lovely masterclass for us. I think it's been a very, very engaging 1 hour. Participants, thank you to all of you, because this was our last masterclass of 2020. We have had more than 40 sessions with all of you in this year, and it's been beyond exciting for us. And thank you so much for being a part of this journey with us. We hope that in 2021, we can bring you even better programs that help you to upskill. So thank you very much. Do log on to our website, www.abea.in, for any other queries, or if you want to know what's coming up next. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, thank you, Heramb sir. I think it was a great session. Thank you so much. And we look forward to having you with us once again. Thank you and have a great evening, everybody.
Thank you very much, and Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.